Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to play Haunted Memories 666. It is a Yandere, it's a Tomo game with Yandere elements based off Wuthering Heights. Let's begin. Start demo. Free days. I only have 3 days before I disappear for good. It's not a metaphor or some cryptic plec nonsense. It's the truth. I don't remember who I was. I remember the name Catherine. Next thing I knew, I opened my eyes and I'm in this mansion. My grave sits beneath a big tree by the house, but my name is carved into stone, slowly fading away with time. And then one day, he appeared, the so-called Mr. Devil, with that soft, mischievous laugh. Some people call him Mr. Asher, and some call him Mr. Devil. But me, I call him Mr. Onion Head. I mean, seriously, have you seen his head? Oh yeah, because I think he has white hair, so... He has this annoying habit of popping in and out whenever he pleases. I've known him for years now. He's a friend of the mansion's owner, and half the time I have no idea what he's saying. But this time, oh, even the kindergartner would get the point. I know this might come to shock, he said, but your time's up, Miss Catherine. According to the laws of moral plane residents, your spirit visa is about to expire. Apparently, I have 3 days left before my visa runs out. And when that happens, I'll be dragged straight to heck for overstaying my welcome. So what are my options? Either I find a way to move on peacefully to the afterlife, or I find someone who is willing to become my master, someone who's anchor me here long enough to save me before time runs out. But in this mansion, with only 3 people living in it, who the heck am I supposed to count on? The mansion's owner, Heathcliff, which is I think the original language is for Wuthering Heights. I have not, I can barely remember it, so yeah, I think it's Heathcliff. It goes, he got that bouldering face and deep, commanding voice, the kind of man who tends to his garden by the grave at midnight. My grave. Like he knows something. He says, my name's Kathy, like it means something. Like it's not just a name, but a memory. And yet, I can't get close to him. There's something in the way, a barrier, cold as death itself. The veil, a chilling force that keeps me from reaching him, as if he's sealed himself away for the world, or perhaps only for me. I don't know who he was to me before, a friend, an enemy, a lover, or all 3. All I know is he's in pain. I'm not sure how much of the pain I want to remember. Then there's Sain, the weird kid. He's always poking around my business like I'm some shiny new toy he found in the cursed thrift store. He sits alone sewing those creepy little dolls, mumbling to himself about spirits and cursed objects like they are the only thing that he likes. And the ghost? They're not afraid of ghosts, because to him, I'm not a ghost. I'm a new collectible, a curiosity. Last year when he first moved in, I swear he tried to toss me into some kind of ritual pot like I was a rare ingredient. I think I would choose Heathcliff. His room? Don't even get me started. Ropes, weird symbols, chains, like, is this the actual kind of aesthetic kids are doing these days, or is he part of a cult? Despite all that, he might be the only one who understands how I am now. He could be the key, or just a total nutcase, or both. Either way, I can't afford to ignore him. And following him, Mr. Devil. The uptight, overly compassed rules and forms are my love language type of guy. Honestly, half the stuff he says sounds like it was lifted from a cursed tax document. And the smug little smirk he wears makes me want to kick the clipboard right out of his hands and watch the papers flutter like cursed confetti. But the worst part, sometimes I actually get along with him. Like vegetables, yes, vegetables. I love them. He loves them. He grows them himself, tends them like they're his precious little souls. Says gardening is a form of spiritual discipline. And get this, he's the CEO of Vale in Vineco, the world's top-selling health products company in the realm of the living, that is. He says this with a puffed-up chest, like he's delivering the gospel. Every vegetable in the world deserves equal rights to grow. Can't even argue with that one, but sometimes I wonder, does he actually love vegetables, or is he just in it for the thrill of messing around with people? Oh shoot, 3 days. That's all I have before he collects me, or worse, before I get dragged down to some place I'll never come back from. So I have to choose, either rest peacefully, with the strength of my own memories, or bind myself to someone still living, to become their follower. Not exactly a fairy tale ending, huh? I've never been one to back down from a bad deal. E. You can press E to click to interact with various objects. Okay, E. Okay. It's probably Mr. Devil. I'm gonna go with E, this one. E. E. I wonder what happens if we... The soft yellow light from the bedside lamp radiates across the dark room, casting the long shadows of on the oak furniture, lined with pristine order. Everything is here was still, so still that even the sound of rain seemed far away. Click a bottle. Open with a sharp twist. He whipped his lips. M500, whatever that meant. This rain again today, Kathy. His voice was deep, steady, the kind that didn't tremble, even when it was cracked inside. He says my name again. Does that mean we were close? A sun-scratching noise from the headboard caught my attention. I turned towards the sound to see a cat? Without missing a beat, it scrambled up to his shoulder, like it owned the place, perching there like a queen on her throne. Oi! Finally you showed up. I nearly suffocated from your god-darn pritchett gold smell. You know that? Wait, it talks? Of course I talk, genius. I'm smarter than anyone in this dusty mansion combined. But don't freak out too much, only you can hear me. You defunct little ghost. It spoke with a proud little smirk on its black and white face, practically radiating smugness. How rude. What kind of cat is this noisy? A cat, excuse you? I'm Kathy, carved that on your shivering ghost brain? Hareton named me. Thought I cured this old butthole's willingness or something. Too bad. All he does is sit here, drawing over faded pictures of enchanting Kathy, like he's trying to summon a ghost or something. Well, about that. Honestly, his vibes are too depressing. I start to wonder, which one of us is really the ghost? Which one of you is really the ghost? Kathy, that's my nickname too. Is it that common? Still, I found myself chuckling softly. The way the cat complained was weirdly charming. And who is he, really? Why do I feel like he meant something to me? I've been watching you for a while now, Ghost Girl. Even every time you try to get near that geezer, you get booed out by some supernatural force, yes? Yeah, he's the only one surrounded by unusually thick layer of the veil. I wish I could talk to him, too. I think he might have been someone important to me. While I was lost in thought, Heathcliff walked back towards the cabinet, drowned a couple more bottles of M500 and muttered, "Losing you, it was like heck for me, Kathy. He's suffering because of me? Maybe it was because you were the only one he still can't let go of. I want to know the truth, all of it, even if it hurts. But what if he hates me now? What if I hurt him before I died?" Okay, I want to know the truth, even if it hurts. If you're that desperate to know, then go find a way to break through the darn veil. I'll be right here. I just want to see how far you'll go. Heathcliff moved to the window, opened it, letting the wind cut through the stillness of the room. If you're still out here, just one glimpse of your face would be enough. Without thinking, I reached for him, not knowing why. I didn't know why. My hand moved on its own, guided by something I couldn't spell out. But the moment never came. The freezing barrier still stood. The veil, the space between the living and the lost. That's why there was a cat scratching post there. I'll just take the lights. I can't believe I actually made it here. Sain's room, the one place in the mansion I swore I'll never step into. But right now, I'm running out of options. The steady clicking sound of the sewing needle. Feel the air. He's still sitting cross-legged on the sofa. To the left side of the room, stitching something fluffy and vaguely human-shaped. A doll? Wait a second, is that me? Messy hair, same nightgown, and even some blank expression on spot. He didn't even glance up, but I knew he could sense me. Well, he has a whole bunch. I have to see the references, because I think there's some references there. You came all the way to my room, Miss Ghost. You're not here to ask for merit making, are you? No, well, not exactly. I want to talk to you about something important. He finally looked up. His gaze met mine. Cold, steady, piercing. Is he surprised? This is rare. Ghost visiting me first. Actually, I visited Heathcliff first. He set his needle down and picked up this tiny doll, turning his head like he was admiring his work. I started this one yesterday. The hair's a bit messy. As messy as when you passed through the kitchen. Do you remember that? What? How was he able to remember that? Wait. So you seen me this whole time? Since the day you moved in? Of course. You have a distant scent, and your voice pretty shrill. Hard to forget. Hey, my voice is not that shrill. We're backtracking here. So what brings you here today, Miss Ghost? I drew a breath and asked the hardest question I've ever had to ask someone. I need your help. I don't want it to disappear. Wow, didn't see that coming. And why me, of all people? It's not that, I just want help from someone who seems to know about stuff. Maybe I thought you might understand why more than anyone else. Don't get a wrong idea. You're just one of my options, that's all. It's not like that. I just want help from someone who knows about this stuff. I'm honored. Don't think a ghost would be around flattering me like that. So when you said you'll disappear, what exactly do you mean by that? Can you explain it to me? A demon came to me and said that if I don't find a master or move into the afterlife within 3 days, my spirit visa expires, and once that happens, I'll be dragged away and never return. Ah, spirit visa. I know all about those. I already mastered to quite a few spirits myself. Right, Sain. He turned slightly, glancing towards the space between them. He was not talking to me anymore, just to there. But somehow I felt something there. Something watching me, cold, still, and listening. What can I see? Why couldn't I see it? Sain says it's fine. That's what... They don't mind if I take you in too. Take me in as yours? Exactly. Let's see. If I turn you into a hongprey, wouldn't that sound as sighing? His voice was sweet, but his expression, I couldn't read it. Something about it felt off. He kept sewing the whole time we talked, his fingers moving fast and precise, like someone who's practiced stitching wounds more than fabric. You know, miss, if you pick me, I'll keep you in my special spirit jar forever. I think you're the Yandere. I couldn't speak, just because I'm scared, but processing what he just said. What do you think, Miss Ghost? Oh, and no pressure. Take your time. Are you saying that's literally psychotic? Okay, I would say that one. Usually I don't like it when people say that to me, but since I'll make an exception. Use your precious little time well. I got all day and night. Unfortunately, you only have 30. So, anything else would you like to ask me? That rope, what is it for? You and Sain? Okay, this conversation's over. What's the rope for? What is it for? I pointed towards the cold world hanging in the above in his workplace. It was an almost rapidly. The surface bore strange carvings, old scripts, ancient symbols, and trolled around like a curse dressed in lace. There's this accent too. Thick like a old incest, soaked into very walls of his room. The rope, what is it for? He went quiet for a moment, as if contemplating whether to answer or not. To bind ghost souls. Huh? It's called a soul binding rope. If you use it properly, you don't need to use jars, talismans, or even mirrors to trap the spirits. It lets me communicate with them directly. So is that why he's able to communicate with us? He reaches it out and traps it with 2 fingers, gently, like it's alive. It binds a form that never resists. Almost like a sewing spirit together, stitching flesh out of thin air. He stops, looking straight at me. Those eyes are still, but something deep in that stillness. There's something else hidden within. But don't worry. I'm not using it on you. Not yet, anyway. So anything else you'd like to ask me? You and Sain? You and Sain are... I heard you say the name earlier. The second hearing my question, he paused for a sharp moment before sighing. He was my twin brother. He died before I was born. Sain's always been with me, in ways you probably never can imagine. So that's why you're always muttering to yourself? He gave a small nod. Did he grow up with you at the same time? People like to assume I'm talking to them, but no, I'm talking to Sain. So does he like me? I smiled, trying to break the mood. He glances at me, then usually, are you seriously asking me right now? Look fresh across his face, but instead of saying anything, he just pauses and then... He says you're annoying, but also kinda cute at the same time. Your ghost brother's hitting on me. So anything else you'd like to ask me? Or why are you into this stuff anyway? Spirits, charms, curse ropes? He didn't answer right away. He just stared down and his fingers fiddling with something I couldn't see. And then he spoke. His voice was lower than usual, almost distant. Because they listened to me. My family's pretty well known in the spirit handling business. Exorcists, mediums, necromancers, you name it. My father was a cornerstone of the house. He taught me everything. Said I had talent, apparently. Dad liked to remind me that over and over, pushed me into it, kept me in line. I used to have the best friend. A best friend until, well, that was not really any of your business. Okay, I cannot remember or not think. I don't know. I can't remember from German right now. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be noisy about him or anything in his family, and also about the shadows wrapped around his words like second skins. So anything else you'd like to ask me? The spirit you mentioned, what is it exactly? He tilted his head, showing deliberate, then slow and deliberate, the glance sideways at me, like he was trying to figure out whether I was truly curious or just afraid. A treasured collectible. That didn't clear anything about me and his brother. Collectible? I echoed. He let out a quiet breath, almost like a sigh. Some spirits don't move on when they die. They are often stuck by love, by hatred, or desire, or by guilt, anything strong enough to tether them. And hold and pry is what you get when you bind a spirit like that. Seal it with a mark, trap it with a spell, and make it stay with its owner. Use it, or at the very least, control wherever it goes. The word he used made me shiver a little. Still, I listened. Some people use them for revenge, some for protection, some just keep them for fun. I think they're fascinating. He glances at me again, then blinks his eyes, but at the corner of his mouth twitched. A hint of mischief flickered behind those eyes, like he's saying, "You're one too, aren't you?" I blinked before I unconsciously took half a step back. So you have had one before? Yes, but only quite a few. But each one was special. Taming a willful spirit, making me feel rather truffle. I swallow. He turned his face to me again, tilting his chest slightly, and smiled, a subtle, unreadable curve in the edge of his lips. If you really want to know me more, why not be one? Try for yourself, it won't hurt. So anything else you'd like to ask me? This conversation's over. I'll be waiting for you to make up your mind. Oh, and feel free to wander around my room if you want. Just don't go poking anything weird. I don't take responsibility for whatever happens after. I'll still poke it. I think these are our references, though. I can't think of anything right now, but some of them look familiar. Poke. I still poked it. Oh, he has a computer. I thought this was like based on the 1800s, like the actual book. He doesn't turn off his computer. Okay, I'm done. I'm done annoying him. I just turned on his computer. Okay, now let's do him. I never thought I'll return to his room. The darn smell of the old paper, mixed with earthly vegetables, an endless scratch of a quill, hit me with the moment I stepped inside. In the corner, a tall man sat at his long wooden desk, calm-faced, writing something with intense focus. I pushed the door open as quietly as I could, but the rusty hinges betrayed me with a loud creak. Whoever you are, I'm busy right now. I stood still for a moment, then took 2 more steps forward. I tipped my head slightly, just enough to pull his attention. A soft sigh escaped from behind the towering stacks of folders before he finally looked up. "Well, hello, Miss Catherine." His tone flipped instantly. 1 second stern, the next annoying, cheerful. I think I heard voice too. What brought you here, dear? Or are you here for the vegetable seeds again? I glanced. If I ask for black pepper again, would you still give it to me? If it's seeds, certainly. But if you want ground pepper, you have to check in the kitchen. His smile didn't help the mood at all. I kept walking, still drifting across the room. Papers convey every surface of his work desk, and on the floor, some folders had names. Others had a glaring red X across the front of the folders. Next thing I knew, I was sitting in a chair across from him. He didn't say anything, except shutting the file in front of him and grabbing a tiny potted plant, wiping its leaves gently by some beloved pet, like it was some beloved pet. Do you want some help? Do you want to help these plants grow as well? Don't tell me it's love. Whatever, I don't really care. I kept quiet and listened to him speak. Because it listens, it's calm and docile. Rather like you today, Miss Catherine. I was expecting another snarky interruption. I rolled my eyes. Because what you said is just insufferable, quoting poems like some tragic bard, and you're always dodging questions. Seriously, what even are you? Some kind of grim reaper? Something like that, I suppose. Not really my dream job, to be honest. My older brother thought I was too ideal to shove the position onto me. Now I just file spirits reports, sign travel permits, and drag poor souls into the abyss. That's about it. Surprised you came to see me first. I figured you'd rush to Mr. Heathcliff instead. Well, about that, I did go to Heathcliff first. That can wait. I thought it would be best to clear things up with you first. He narrowed his eyes at me as if he was trying to read my mind. You're the one who told me, weren't you, that I only have 3 days left? Yes, that's correct. He gave us all a nod, then turned to pick up a steaming cup of something. I had no idea they have even boiled the water. Bad news like that, it's never easy to hear, and it's not like I could keep it to myself forever. You always knew I didn't remember anything about myself, didn't you? You really knew I didn't remember anything about myself, didn't you? I did, very well, in fact. He nodded again. His voice was calm. It made me want to shake his collar and tell him to speak louder, just for him to show some emotion. And the spirit visa thing, can you explain it a little bit more? He raised his finger, asking me to pause. Good question, but I'm afraid it's not time yet. Oh, really? How long am I supposed to wait, then? I already have 3 days. You have far more power than spirits, Miss Catherine. No need to worry. Enough to scare the neighbors and slam doors in the middle of the night. I sigh. So I'm just going to disappear without ever knowing who I was, Or you have any idea how fair is. Used to say things like that too. What? Like you knew us? Nothing, forget I said anything. I'm just rambling. Hey, I don't remember ever... There, my revenge. I could do that to him. I wasn't trying to be helpful, I was trying to be annoying. And do you want to in for today? Your visa will expire in 2 days. Sure. Duel's complete. Thanks for playing. Continue to see more. Pick the guy you want to seek on day 2 in the full game. Heathcliff. Please don't say that. He dropped to the floor, still clutching the doll. His eyes are red, wide in disbelief. It's a fragile hope he just grasped, shattered in front of him. Is there anything else I could do, Kathy? I'll do it. I swear I'll do anything. I used to dream, he whispered, voice breaking, that we lived in a little house. You hang laundry in the sun, and I read on the porch, you and I living together like it was meant to be. He gave a low, aging laugh, and then I wake up, all alone in this room. Please, tomorrow, come see me again before you go. Okay, let's do you. It's alright, I'll help. His cold hand guided mine, adjusting the lines gently under the amber lamp. Then you pick the fabric, cotton or silk. Works best. Both don't fray easily, so they're easy to sew. He slides a box over, picking a soft, pale pink and Sain. Start a demo. Once the pieces are cut, we sew them around, leaving a hole to stuff it. Flip it inside out, fill it up, and close this last seam with a hand stitch. I know how to sew. I can't sew anymore. Easier than I thought. Unless you get stabbed. But you're a ghost, so I guess you won't have to worry about that. And then you. You know, once I tried playing like this for someone I cared about. My skills are terrible back then. Every plant died. She scolded me more times than I could count. I blamed my bloodline. I thought being close to death must have cursed me. Everything I touched withered away. You should have seen me then. I was vision of beauty, radiant like a goddess. Men were absolutely speechless. Wait, you're a woman? Yes, and I used to prefer that form. These days, though, I find the male appearance more appropriate. She liked me that way, too. I missed her sometimes. And that was the demo for Haunted Memories 666. If you like my content, please subscribe if I do. It'll help a lot, and come and I'll see you guys next time.